Here we go. We're going to be doing a reinstall of these lights because I got to put on better connectors and show y'all how to do it. All right, so to start off, you're going to want to get all of these screws out. I have the what are these called? Mud flaps. You're going to want to get here, and then up here there's a connector in there, and then there's a little one right there. Underneath there's going to be another screw here, this connector, and then all the bumper connectors across, and it's going to be the same thing on the other side. Now, once you take the mud flap off, assuming you have them, underneath the mud flap there's going to be 2 more clips. Next, you're going to want to take off these covers, and then you're going to want to take off this bolt here, which will allow you to finish taking off the bumper. You're going to just separate the inner wheel liner, and then pull the bumper away, and it'll all just snap right off. Sorry about the low visibility here, but essentially you're just going to want to pull this inward, which is hard to do with one hand. Let's see if I can do it. There. So you can just pull this in all the way down. And then once you do that, you pull this away from the body panel and be careful not to crease it. And that should just pop right out. So I've done this all the way down. So now you're just going to pull this up and out and it'll snap right off. And then you're going to just pull the rest of the bumper all the way off once you've unclipped it. It'll just slot out. I'd recommend having a person do each side. It makes it easier. And then once you have it down, this connector is the only thing that needs to be undone. You can just leave it wherever. Once you get that all off, you can just put the bumper right on the ground. I like to lay down a blanket. Makes it nice and easy to take off. All right, to uninstall the taillights, there's going to be 3 bolts. One here, and one here. They're 10 millimeter each, just like the last bolt on the bumper. So also while you're here, now's a good time. Clean off your blind spot monitoring sensors. Helps keep them working right. Now you're going to want to pull the taillight back towards you to take it off all the way because there's a clip that holds it in. Make sure to hold your body close to it because if you're not careful, when you yank it out, it'll yank your indicator light out, as I almost found out. So you're just going to want to, like that. And then you're going to want to undo this so that you can pull this clip out. And then you're just going to undo the 2 clips. They each go into their own respective places. You can't plug them back in. Next, you're going to undo this clip and this bolt, take it out. And then when you put the new one in, there's going to be a piece right here. And you're just going to drill a hole right through there to run the cable. It's easy peasy. Now, I spliced the wires into this connector because it does all 3 running lights, ground and brake lights. It's pretty easy. Red to red, black to black, white to blue. And then I just test. Sorry, last part cut off early. So red to red, black to black, white to blue. I bought these better connectors because the stock ones that it comes with, they're pretty cheap and I don't like them, which is what I'm doing today. I'm installing the better connectors. Now, make sure you put the lights in before you start wiring it. Otherwise, you will be fucked and they will not be possible to be put in because they'll have to run around the bumper rather than through. And then otherwise, once you get them all wired up, plug the taillights back in. You're just going to push them back in, the opposite of how you took them out. They go right in. Bolts go in. Bumper goes up and on. I'd recommend that be a 2-man job as well. And then once you got all that, double check all the lights are working. I would recommend, if you get the same ones I have, they have a twist tie. Use the twist tie to hold the cable up and out of the way so that it stays out of the way of your blind spot monitoring system and so that it holds the cables from jiggling around too much. Go ahead. So you're just going to plug all the connectors back in. They go one by one. It's easy peasy. They just snap right on in. This one, it's just going to go back in its little hidey hole down here. And then this one over here. And then, yeah, this one up and over here. Is that the wrong way? Yeah. No, that's the right way. And then it's just gonna sit, and you want to make sure all the cables are routed in a way so that they're nice and in there. And you're gonna want this somewhere where it has room to jiggle around. I'm just gonna put it back on and snap it in place. And then you just put it all back together, same way as it goes out. You're gonna just slot this under the taillight, make sure it goes under the taillight. All your screws go back in, make sure you do that screw before you put the bumper on. And then it goes all back in. Looks like factory. I also decided to take that piece off, but you don't have to. You just don't have to. I did.